Ukiwa kaskazini, kusini, magharibi, mashariki, bonde la ufa, popote ulipo, ukiwa ni Mkenya, unajivunia kabisa, nasema karibu. Jina langu ni Alfred Mutua, najivunia kuwa Mkenya. Hivi leo najivunia hata zaidi kwa sababu masuala yetu ya shida za wananchi tunajaribu kuyatatua kabisa. Nimeandamana nami kabisa hapa Bwana Patrick Nyuike ambaye mnamfahamu, ndiye katibu ama permanent secretary wa Wizara ya Kawi, Ministry of Energy, the permanent secretary. He'll be telling us about what is happening with oil prices. Tunaona ya kwamba ukienda kuweka petrol unakuta bei inaendelea kupanda. Tunakuja ya kwamba kuna shida ambazo zimetokea, kuna mambo mapya angependa kutangaza ndio wananchi waweze kufahamu. So he'll be telling us what is really happening in the world, and especially in our world here when it comes to oil prices and the measures that the government are undertaking or have already undertaken to ensure that the price of petrol comes down or stabilizes. But before I invite him, I just have a short press statement that I want to make about a security agreement between East African community countries. The government wishes to inform the public that there exists a security agreement under the East African community to reduce and stop cross-border crime. Now, with the free movement of people and services in the region, it is even more critical that criminals are stopped from taking advantage of this economic protocol to start stealing and selling goods in the countries, or plotting and carrying out criminal activities in one country or another. Therefore, people who commit crime in any of the East African countries will be handed over to the affected country for questioning and further legal action in any of the East African countries. Kwa lugha ya Kiswahili kwa ufupi kusema kwamba serikali ingependa wananchi wafahamu ya kwamba kuna mpango na masikizano ambao yako kati ya nchi ambazo ni za Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki kuhusu kusimamisha uhalifu na wizi ama uvunjaji wa sheria ambao unaweza kutokea kwa sababu nchi hizi. Kama vile mnavyojua, tulizindua hivi majuzi ile tunaita a new protocol, ambapo inaruhusu watu kutembea bila maswali mengi kutoka nchi moja nyingine, kufanya biashara, goods and services zinaweza kutembea kabisa. Na tutaki watu waanze kuiba magari Kenya wanaenda kuuza Tanzania ama Uganda, kwa sababu hivi sasa hakuna maswali mengi ya kutembea. Ama wanaiba gunia ya waru hapo, wanaenda kuuza gunia ya waru kwa Rwanda, ama wanaiba kiatu chako, ama wanaiba watoto. Tungependa kusema ya kwamba serikali ina mpangilio wa kusema ya kwamba ukivunja sheria katika Kenya na utorokee au wewe ni Uganda ama Tanzania, basi utakukamata kurejesha hapa ili uchukuliwe hatua. Ikiwa ni ugaidi, ikiwa ni wizi wa kawaida, ikiwa ni sheria yote umevunja, ukifanya jambo lolote ukiwa katika nchi yetu, umepangia kufanya uhalifu katika nchi nyingine, utachukuliwa hapo, upelekwa katika hiyo nchi nyingine, uchukuliwa hatua. Kwa hivyo hakuna kujificha katika eneo hili. Kwa hivyo hakuna mtu yote ambaye atakupeleka nchi nyingine ikiwa haujavunja sheria ya nchi hiyo.
There has been a standoff between Kenocobil and the refinery with respect to payment of processing fee. And the current arrangement under the Energy Act is that all companies importing products into Kenya for domestic consumption must process a certain quantity of crude oil in order to keep the refinery whole in terms of breaking even its operations. The minimum base load that was negotiated and agreed with oil marketing companies in October 1994, when the industry was deregulated, was 1.6 million metric tons. In other words, if a company has a 10% market share locally, then that company is expected to process 10% of 1.6 million metric tons, which is equivalent to 160,000 metric tons. Kenocobil will start paying new tariffs for transportation of products from Mombasa to Nairobi and to Western Kenya. Number two, Kenocobil will abide by all the requirements of the agreement, like anybody else. So that is one step forward, given the fact that Kenocobil's market share is close to 20%. Then another issue that we have observed is that some companies do not have what we call adequate storage of products. Because of that, there are times when pipeline has been forced to shut down the pipeline because its tanks happen to be full in Nairobi. Basically, the biggest volume is that of diesel. So we are now asking the companies, such companies, to ensure that they install flow meters at their depots. What the benefit of flow meters? That will allow companies to receive products from pipeline, while at the same time they are loading road tankers. To be a concurrent operation. Now, under the Energy Act, and I want to emphasize that, Section 102, Energy Act number 12 of 2006, Section 102 allows the minister to make regulations for efficient operation of the energy sector. Therefore, I've given them a notice because I wrote them in March, but since March they have done nothing. That if by December they will not have installed those flow meters everywhere, we are going to gazette a subsidiary legislation, a legal notice, making it mandatory for those companies to install flow meters everywhere. Pipeline has no legal mandate to store any company's product below 30 days. What has been happening is that same people who are not of integrity, they say these are transit products, we're having challenges with pipeline. Can you now, they go back to KRA, extend our period. I've talked to KRA and I've pleaded with them that they should not even give an extra day for anybody who has been in Kenya for 30 days, either for local consumption or for the export market. Yeah. And the pipeline, we have said, 1 hour is the maximum period as opposed to what we were doing in the past. Again, in pipeline, as in every society, as Mutua talked about what all those people who are, I think, involved in bombing in Uganda and other terrorists, they also have a set of weak human beings who succumb to graft. Anybody caught, like this morning, they're going to sack two. One of them is the chief technician. You get the name, I think, later on if you want to go. So anybody caught with a small mistake regarding a pump overs, illegal pump overs, or regarding basic concessions to a company outside the rules and norms of engagement will be shown the door. So this has been on for some time, but it has been tightened in view of what happened last week.